No! Sweet liberty! No! Look familiar?
Invasion. More like invasion of Sony Studios. As many of you know, Helldivers 2 has been a baller motherfucking game. I've actually put in about 69 hours into the game, no joke, and it's a fun as fuck game, boys. Now, the mother company is Sony, but the actual development team, Arrowhead Studios, along with Sony, have been getting a lot of backlash and review bombs lately because of some rather questionable decisions that they have made, and I'm sure most of you already know about this. But I figured I'd just put my 2 cents into it. Now, this decision, as you probably know, is they are now requiring people to sign into a PlayStation account in order to actually play the motherfucking game. So if you have a PC, you better get a PlayStation account if you don't already have one. And if you're in any of these following countries, then you might be a little bit screwed. So something else that should probably be noted, and the requirement to be a part of PlayStation Plus, not PlayStation Plus, but PlayStation, like to have a PlayStation account. Just remember that PlayStation hasn't had necessarily the most notary track record in the past when it comes to privacy and customers' privacy and employees' privacy, actually. So actually, as you can see right here, back in June 2023, Sony actually notified, back in October 2023, Sony notified 6,700, almost 6,800 current and former employees that their data has been compromised by a data breach earlier in the year, and that would have been June 2nd. And the attack actually occurred in May. They didn't notify them until October, though, so trying to figure that shit out in my brain. But you know what? I'm not part of Sony. I don't control shit. I don't know how it works to be a part of a corporation like that, so I might just be a fucking idiot. But I mean, whatever. You can also see here we got September 2023, alleged hack, 2017. Hacker group accesses Sony social media accounts, 2014. It goes on and on and on the list. So even though it wasn't our data, like customers' data, it was the employees' data. And like if I was an employee, fucking hell, I want my fucking address, my shit. I don't know exactly what was breached, but I don't want all my shit fucking on the worldwide interwebs for the entire mother heckin' world to see everything. You know what I mean? It's just like I highly doubt very many people would be cool with that either. I don't want people to know my phone number, calling me at fucking 12:30 a.m., fucking asking me where the nearest 7-Eleven is. So to be fair, a lot of people are fuming about this, and I would be too. I would be super pissed if I didn't have a PlayStation account. Now I do, so it doesn't really affect me, but this is for all the PC players, if I didn't already mention that. All the PC players need to get a PlayStation account. And it's just why? Like why are they doing something like this? I don't fucking know. It's their decision. It is what it is, but a lot of people are fucking pissed. And I'm pissed for them. And I'm talking about like smoke coming out of their ears pissed. Not just like, oh fuck those guys. It's like, motherfucker, you fucking bitches. That kind of shit. And I get it. Now, also, the main point of this video is I wanted to kind of remind you guys of something. Remember the size of Sony versus Arrowhead Studios. To put in comparison, Arrowhead Studios has approximately 100 employees. 100 employees. That is tiny compared to, and we're not talking about dick size, that is tiny compared to what Sony would be. Sony is like thousands, I think. As far as the game studios, I'm not really 100% sure on that one, but yeah, like the comparison between the two is pretty fucking big. So you can imagine also Sony being like the mother company, they have the majority of the say. Now to come back to my point, I do believe that Arrowhead Studios is getting a lot of unwarranted backlash, and the anger should probably be a little bit more directed towards Sony and Sony Studios, Sony Game Development, whoever is in charge of that shit. I think the anger and frustration should be more directed towards them. And actually, boys, so on May 5th, the CEO of Arrowhead Studios, Johan Pilstedt, forgive me if I pronounce that name horribly wrong, but he's tweeted out, is this the moment to tweet, what? You guys don't have phones? Don't really understand that, but it is what it is. On a serious note, we are taking solutions with PlayStation, especially for non-PSN countries. Your voice has been heard, and I am doing everything I can to speak for the community, but I don't have the final say. Now, I want to make it clear that I'm a big proponent for not believing everything that you hear, and not taking everyone for their word, because there are a lot of pieces of shit and a lot of liars out there. However, especially when it comes to big studios and corporations, like in reference to all that, like, yeah. However, this is very plausible. When it comes to a company like Sony and a company like Arrowhead, Sony, they have a shit ton. And when I say shit ton, I mean like a wagon full of shit. A wagon full of shit. Amount of pool. Which, when it comes to the whole to PSN or not to PSN, that is the question. That isn't Pilstedt's final say, which sucks. But it's the reality of the situation. We can, however, be hopeful because Pilstedt has shown throughout the rise, and here comes the possible fall of Helldivers, that he is more than willing to be open and honest as far as we know, and upfront with us about updates and issues the community has with the game, with Helldivers 2. And I've appreciated that because it shows a caringness to the whole thing. Like, be fucking pissed off. Be more mad than your uncle was when JoJo Siwa released the stinker music video Karma. Like, be pissed. But, like, make sure you are directing your frustrations and anger and all that in the right direction, because that's how we get things done. If we just get pissed off at Johan or whatever, if we just get pissed off at them, at Arrowhead, and we just, like, don't even really think about Sony, which I know people are pissed at Sony too, but if we direct our anger in the correct direction, it's gonna do more than if we split our anger into, okay, we're mad at Arrowhead, or okay, we're also mad at Sony, like all this stuff. If we are like, okay, Arrowhead, it sucks, they're in that position, I'm gonna take them for the benefit of the doubt unless I see otherwise. Be fucking pissed at Sony, be mad at Sony, zero in on Sony, because that is the cause of all of this. They are the catalyst to their own demise. And now I don't think Sony is gonna like go under because of this at all, but they have a gold mine that is known as Helldivers 2. That is a fantastic fucking game. Everyone likes it, everyone loves it. But with all of this shit coming out, a lot of people, one, can't play. Some people are just not playing it because they're like, well, fuck these guys, I'm not gonna play this game if they're doing this shit. And which I don't think that's fair to Arrowhead, but Sony is the cause of all this. So just remember that. I wouldn't say don't play the game if you have the ability to play the game, because there's other people involved, like Arrowhead, the 100 people that work at Arrowhead that have nothing to do with this. So be pissed at the leaders of Sony, the higher ups in Sony, and that's all I really got for you guys today. Hopefully I can release an update in a few days saying that Sony grew a conscience and a brain, but after this brain dead decision, it would take a miracle for them to fix damage already created. But I mean, miracles happen. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. If not, like anyway, because it makes me feel motherfucking good about myself. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your day. I try to stream as often as I can. Join for giggles. Bye. Have a nice time, motherfuckers.